Hi everyone, welcome back to another Diablo Immortal video. So in this video I wanted to cover Hellslayer Bounties, which also includes Terror Rifts. So this video is aimed at beginners of the game, or even those who haven't played the game before who want to know what a Hellslayer Bounty is and how to complete one. So first of all, if you head over to the bounty board in Westmarch, which is located here, you'll be able to accept and complete your normal bounties, and just a reminder, you can have 24 of these. If you look at the top right of the screen, you may notice it says upgrade bounties, kind of hidden away. And it says use 1 Terror Essence to combine 4 bounties into a Hellslayer bounty. Terror Essence will be consumed if the bounty fails. So basically 4 normal bounties can be transferred into 1 Hellslayer bounty. Okay, so 4 of these normal bounties will combine to have 1 Hellslayer bounty, which you can go out and complete. Okay, so first of all, what is the purpose of doing a Hellslayer bounty over 4 normal bounties? Well, you have a chance of obtaining eternal equipment for your character that contains 3 attributes and 4 magic affixes. Now the quality of these eternal equipments can vary, so you're just going to have to keep doing Hellslayer bounties just to increase your chances of getting these eternal gear. And they're definitely worth getting. For example, if I go to one of my weapons, this one's got 3 attributes and then 4 magic affixes. They will still contribute towards your shadow and immortal bounty tasks as well. And they're a bit more of a challenge, but they are quicker to complete than if you were to accept 4 bounties and then go and do each of those 4 bounties. Doing 1 Hellslayer bounty is much quicker once you've got the required prerequisites to go ahead and do that Hellslayer bounty. And obviously you'll gain lots of XP and other loot, legendary gear and stuff like that as well. So it's definitely worth doing Hellslayer bounties. Now, you want to try and make sure you do 10 Hellslayer bounties in a week. Then after that point, there isn't much reason to do more until the following week when the server resets on a Monday. And I'll come on to why later on. Okay, so step 1, what do you need to do to actually start doing Hellslayer bounties? First of all, you need to be an Inferno 1 or higher, and you also need to have 4 available normal bounties. Now once you have those 4 bounties, if you click on the button on the right, as I said, you need a Terror Essence to actually upgrade 4 normal bounties to be combined into a Hellslayer bounty. Now where do we get these Terror Essences from? They're called Terror Rifts. So you may have noticed in the world chat there might be some people who are looking for +1 or +3 for TR. That TR stands for Terror Rifts. And as part of the Winds of Fortune update, Terror Rifts are even better than they used to be, because they're now available for 24 hours with 1 map available at a time, and the countdown timers are individual now as well, so they're much more improved than when they first came out. So we're going to go ahead and look for a Terror Rift to go into. So remember, first of all, you need to have 4 normal bounties and you need to be Inferno 1 or higher. Then you need to go ahead and go grab a Terror Essence. Okay, so you'll notice the message on the left hand side of the screen that said Terror Rift is now open. So if I click this tab here down here, it says Terror Rift has opened. That's one of the activities. So it does let you know when a new Terror Rift opens up on the world map. And also, if you take a look at the chat, you'll see a lot of messages that will mention Terror Rift will open, and then it says a Terror Rift is now open, and it tells you the location where that is and for how long. It's for 1 hour, and it will swap around to different areas of the map. So also you can see there are people on the chat that are asking for HSB, which is Hellslayer Bounty Party, and you can see somebody else asking for TR +3, so Terror Rift +3. Okay, so the other way to find out where the Terror Rift is open, if you do end up missing the chat for whatever reason, if you click on the world map, you will see the symbol by Shazar C over here. You can see like a red portal that's been opened. That tells you that the Terror Rift has opened in that area of the map. Now you'll see there are other areas where it's greyed out, for example the library there, and yeah, so if you just have a look on the world map, you'll see exactly where the Terror Rift is. And if you click on Shazar C, it shows you exactly where it is as well on the right here in windswept sands, and it tells you that the Terra Rift is open. So you can either click there and hit navigate, or on the chat you can just click on the button there. So I've clicked on Shazar Sea, so that will take us to Shazar Sea, the area where the Terra Rift is open. And on the left hand side of the screen you can see it says enter Terra Rift in Shazar Sea, and tells you how much time is remaining. So if you look on the map, it tells you that's where the Terra Rift is. You can either navigate there, or if I just click on the button on the left, the Terra Rift button, it will take me directly there using auto navigate. So there you go, it's navigating to the Terra Rift in this area, and we're here. So you don't need any other items to actually enter and open this Terra Rift. You just have to wait for it to open in a particular area of the world map. And then if you click on the portal, this is the Terra Rift sort of summary overview screen. It basically says Terra Rifts open every hour in random zone. You collect Stygian fragments and destroy the Stygian spires within the time limit to collapse the Terra Rifts. Upon death, Stygian fragments will be dropped near your corpse. There is a weekly limit on the quantity of rewards you can collect. So you can see you can do 10 of these in a week. Once you've done 10, you're not going to get any more Terra Essences. Basically, it shows you the other loot that you can get. So this is the Eternal equipment that I was talking about earlier. So you've got a chance to get Eternal equipment, and you get some new attributes as well. You have a chance of a Terra Essence. Now, if you don't get a Terra Essence initially, if you do completely finish a Terra Rift all the way to the end, you'll get a guaranteed Terra Essence on the last spire, which we'll take a look at. And you'll also get some scraps and dust, gold, and XP for doing these. So let's go ahead and do this solo, just so you can see how a Terra Rift goes about. So it says weekly rewards 0 out of 10. Let's confirm and head in. So we're in the Terra Rift. The objective is to find and destroy Stygian spires. If you have a look on the map, the red area here is where you will have to look at, where it shows you there's a spire here. So if I zoom in here, that's what a spire looks like on the map. Now we need 100 of these fragments before we can unlock that spire. So on the left hand side you can see there's a bar there. The first goal is to collect 100, and it's got a timer as well. So this rift is going to be open for 12 minutes. Now there are two ways you can do this. You can either stick to a farming spot and collect as many fragments as you need for this Terra Rift, and once you've got enough fragments you can go ahead and just wait for each of the spires to spawn and just click on them one at a time. Or you can just go to the spire, farm around that area, wait for the next spire to spawn, farm around that spire. So it depends how you want to do this. Now there is an advantage of doing this with a full party, and that is that you're going to get gem drops when you're in a full party in a Terra. So you'll not only be able to farm the Terra Essences, you'll be able to farm gems as well in a full party. So that's the advantage of doing Terra Rifts in a full party. Apart from that, if you want to go and do this solo, you can as well. I'm just going in with a fairly speedy build here that I like to use. So you can see I've already met the 100 requirement on the left hand side. Now the next requirement has gone up by another 50, so I need another 150 to be able to unlock the next spire. And in the middle of the screen it tells me the next Stygian spire is about to appear. So all you're doing here is, it's very quick. You're just jumping from one spire to the next spire, and you're just collecting the loot and taking out each of the spire, and there'll be a boss that spawns, and you just basically repeat that until you've completed the Terra Rift. So let's go and do that. So let's click on this spire here. It's saying use Stygian fragments to destroy the spire. So we're going to destroy the spire using the 100 fragments we initially collected. So let's go ahead and do that.
It is not my time.
Now what used to happen is some enemies used to spawn before the boss, but now the boss spawns straight away. The boss is dead, a chest drops, the chest has a loot. Now if you're lucky you can get a Terra Essence drop straight away, or even in the second spire. We didn't get any Terra Essence there, but we did get legendary gear. So as you can see, just in the process of going ahead and doing that Hell Bounty, which we're finally going to get onto, in that process we're going to get a lot of legendary items as well. So that's another reason why it's quite cool to do these Terra Rifts and Hell Bounties over just the 4 normal bounties. Now let's go ahead and head towards the next one. So once again, we open the map up, look at the red area, look to see where the spire symbol is, so it's here, click on it and hit navigate. Now if you're getting interrupted by enemies, the other thing you can do is head towards a waypoint. And once you get to a waypoint, just head to the next waypoint which is closest to the spire. So for example, here I'm trying to auto navigate, but maybe you get some enemies hit you and you keep getting interrupted. So all you'll do is you can head towards a waypoint, and then for example you can click on any other waypoint. So for example, if a spire was to spawn in this area here, I'd click on the waypoint that's closest to that spire. So I want a waypoint here. Let's say if I want to go to this waypoint, just click to that waypoint, you'll automatically teleport there without being interrupted. And same if I want to go back, just click on this waypoint. So that's a quick way to get around the Terra Rift map without being interrupted by enemies attacking you. So what I'm going to do here is look out for elite enemies, start killing them. You can see the drops for the Stygian fragments there. Just start collecting those drops, and there we go, we've hit that requirement of 150. The next requirement is 250. So once again, I can either hang around here, collect more fragments to get the 250, and then I can open up 2 of the spires. I can basically destroy 2 spires, or I can just do one at a time. So I'm already near this spire, let's go over to it, click on it. We've got 150 to open it. We're going to destroy it. There'll be a boss spawn. So we've got the summoner. You defeat that boss and you'll get a chest that drops. And let's see what we get. Okay, so we did not get any Terra Essence there, so that's fine. Let's head towards the next one. So once again, open the map up, look at the red area, look at the symbol for the spire, and then head towards that area. Now I could kill the elite enemies on the way there. That's another way to do it as well. Just if you see any blue enemies on the map, just kill them, get the spires as you head towards here. So we're at the spire now. I'm just going to kill the elite enemies around this spire. There we go, just collecting all of these fragments. And obviously if you're in a group, then any fragments that a party member will obtain, and you know, if they kill enemies around this area and drop fragments, you'll be able to collect them as well. So you can help each other out to get the fragments to drop. So it's basically saying another spire has been opened up somewhere. So if you have a look on the map, you can see the next one is already been spawned to the east. But we're going to just do them one at a time. Certain Terra Rift maps have nice farming spots as well that some people are used to. So they'll enter a Terra Rift, go straight to their farming spot, and then collect all the required fragments, and then basically just go and click on it and destroy each spire at a time. So like I said, it's basically personal preference, however you want to do this Terra Rift, but it is a lot easier to do now. So there we go, we don't need that many left now. We've got 226 out of 250. So there's a less worry about the time. If I scroll down, there's 5 minutes 58 seconds left, but don't have to worry about the time too much. I'm taking this very easy and chilled out. I'm not even running too far away from the spire. I'm basically just hanging around the spire just to show how easy this is. Okay, we've met the requirement. The next requirement has gone up again, so now we need 300 fragments to destroy the next spire after this one. So let's use 250 to destroy this one. The summoner has spawned. Destroy the summoner. There'll be a chest here. Let's take a look at to see what we've got. Okay, so once again, we didn't get any Terra Essence. That's fine. We're going to be guaranteed a Terra Essence drop right at the end. So let's take out this yellow enemy here. He'll drop some more fragments and the enemies around him. Okay, let's head towards this spire here. So for example, I tried to teleport there, but I got interrupted by an enemy. So all I'll do is I'm going to head towards this waypoint here. And let's kill some enemies on the way. So it's always a good idea, if you do see elite enemies, just kill them along the way. Pick up fragments as you're heading towards the next spire. So head towards this waypoint and then just have a look to see what is the closest waypoint to the next spire. So the next one's here. Automatically teleport there. And then it's just much easier to get to this spire. There we go. So now, same again, all we have to do, start killing enemies around the spire area until we get 300 fragments in total. So we can just like look further up here, just move around. So you just get these 2 fragments that drop by just the normal enemies. You get more fragments that drop from elite enemies, and ancient elites will drop a lot more as well if you're lucky enough to get ancient elites. It's got a fleeting shrine, that's always good to have in a Terror Rift. Interestingly, there's not too many other people here. So what I would usually do is, if I do see somebody else running around the same Terror Rift, just click on them and invite them. I haven't had anyone decline an invite in a Terror Rift before, so if you are running around and you see somebody else also killing enemies and collecting fragments, just invite them. They'll understand and know that you're trying to collect fragments, and then you can both collect fragments together and just make it easier to get the amount that you need. So there we go, lots of fragments there. And when the Terror Rift is about to close, there will be a warning that pops up on screen, so you don't have to keep keeping an eye on the timer. So for example, we've got 2 minutes 34. When the Terror Rift is about to close, in the middle of the screen you will get a countdown timer just letting you know that the rift is about to close. So we've got 300. Let's use 300 to destroy the spire, which summons the boss, which is a summoner. Destroy the boss and you'll get a chest. Now take a look at the chest. And there we go. In the middle there is a Terra Essence. So that Terra Essence was a guaranteed drop that we got because we did not get any Terra Essences for the previous spires. We guaranteed one right at the end. So collected that Terra Essence. Now on the left hand side it says all Stygian spires have been destroyed. Any more you get will just be transferred to some loot. Now at this point you don't need to wait for that timer to run out. You can just exit. Okay, so we've got our Terra Essence. If you look at the inventory, they look like this. So this is Terra Essence. And now we're just going to go ahead and exit the rift. And just before I exited that rift, the timer started to pop up in the middle of the screen just to let me know that it is about to close soon. Okay, now if we did want to get more Terra Essences, because you want to try and complete 10 Terra Rifts in a week, just so you can consume 10 Terra Essences. You may get more Terra Essences within a Terra Rift, but you want to try and get your 10 out of 10 weekly rewards. So if I clicked on the Terra Rift again, here you can see it says 1 out of 10. If I click enter, I can either continue the existing instance, which wouldn't be really good here because there's only 14 seconds left, or I can restart. So this is, for example, if you manage to finish it very quickly with your party, you can exit the Terra Rift, and then if you click on it again, hit restart, the timer will go back to the beginning, and you can just basically spam that Terra Rift within the hour just to get as many done as you can. That will accumulate towards your 10 total Terra Rifts in a week. So yeah, make sure you get as many terror essences as you can in the week by completing 10 terror rifts every single week. That's important. So that's our second goal complete. So now it's time to go back to the bounty board in Westmarch. Okay, so we're back at the bounty board now after we've got our terror essence. Let's use that terror essence. So remember, we've got our 4 normal bounties. We click on the upgrade bounty button on the top right and we consume 1 terror essence. So go ahead and click upgrade and we get this animation here, and that's turned those 4 bounties into a Hellslayer bounty. So the location for the Hellslayer bounty will vary. So this one's in Realm of Damnation, and it shows you that I'll get 216k XP, get some chests, and we'll get other loot as well. We hit accept and it's added it to a tracker. Now you can cancel this if you want to, and what it's going to do is it's going to automatically teleport you there. See, as you saw, I did not click anything. As soon as I accepted, it will automatically teleport you there. Or on the left hand side, it will show you your Hellslayer bounty, and if you click on that, it will take you to where the Hellslayer bounty is. Now let me just take out some of these enemies here just so I can explain this. So there is a timer on the left for how long you've got until you can complete this Hellslayer bounty. So there's half an hour. Make sure you do finish the Hellslayer bounty within that time. If you end up failing this Hellslayer bounty, that terror essence will be consumed and you won't get it back. Now Hellslayer bounties are difficult, so make sure you go in with a good build. Don't take it too lightly. If you have more people with you doing Hellslayer bounties, the difficulty does scale up as well and it gets tricky. The one boss to look out for and be careful of is the summoner boss. He can be really painful in Hellslayer bounties. Whenever he does his ground AoE attacks, make sure you keep an eye out on them and get out the way. So you go to the location and it will say terror wrought realm like this, and just click on there and it will take you into that realm. So this is the realm for the Hellslayer bounty and you're in Oblivion Pillar. So within this Oblivion Pillar, just hold your ground within the circle that's displayed on the map on the top right of the screen and kill all of the enemies. On the left hand side you can see how many enemies that you have to kill. So it says kill all monsters 3 out of 4. They're waves. So basically you have 4 waves of enemies and you get an affix as well. So I've got the Terror Twister affix. After a brief charging period, unleashes 3 slow moving tornadoes in succession. You'll get different affixes every time you do Hellslayer bounties. Okay, so we've survived the 4 waves and now we have the boss. Now remember what I said, the summoner, that's the boss I've got. This guy you have to really be careful of. His AoE attack will really hurt you and it can kill you very, very easily. So run away from that AoE attack you see from the summoner. Use your potions and you can see how much damage I'm taking here. It is very tricky. And I leveled up as well. A chest spawned. You got lots of loot from the chest. Sometimes you'll get 3 chests spawned depending on your luck. So sometimes you'll just get the 1 chest spawn. Sometimes you'll get 3 spawn and you'll get loads of loot everywhere. Sometimes you'll also get the butcher as well to kill, and that's always really fun. But the boss that I got there, the summoner, he is a tricky one. Be careful. So that's pretty much it. You got the 4 waves and that's displayed on the left hand side. You defeat the 4 waves of enemies. Try and stay together if you're in a party to see if you've got anyone who can buff you. That's going to help as well. And then you have the boss at the end. You kill the boss, pick up the loot, and then you click on the portal to leave the realm. And that's that Oblivion done. So you'll get a notification on the left after you've finished that task. So Hellslayer bounties can be delivered to the quartermaster. So that's pretty much it. That's the Hellslayer bounty completed. Now you can see how much quicker that was than actually completing 4 individual normal bounties, which would have taken you a long time and you would have to like run around the map killing lots of enemies. Doing that 1 Hellslayer bounty was very quick, although it was more challenging than a normal bounty. So let's click on that button on the left and that will take us directly to the quartermaster back in Westmarch. Talk to the bounty quartermaster in Westmarch here. and click claim reward. And there we go. You'll get lots of gold and normal loot here that you need to pick up. And then you'll get a chest as well. You'll get a bounty cache. Now, if you're lucky, you'll get legendary here. Let's see if we get lucky. There we go. We got 2 legendary items dropped. Let's pick them up. And let's see what kind of loot we got throughout this whole process. So we got 3 legendary items from doing the Terror Rift and the actual Hellslayer Bounty and the Oblivion Pillar. So let's salvage those. And we'll identify as well. Now if I go back to the bounty board, you can see it's showing that there's 4 bounties completed, even though we just did the 1, because it was the 4 normal bounties combined into 1 Hellslayer Bounties. It still shows us you having completed 4. And if you click on upgrade bounty, you can pretty much repeat that process. We have a look at the world map at the moment. You can see a Terror Rift has spawned in Balfen. So if you were to teleport in there we go. Near where the fishing area is, there is a Terror Rift open in this area. So that's pretty much it. Now, if I look at the codex and click on activities, remember that you'll get battle points for completing bounties. So if we hit claim there, you'll claim those. And now if you look to the right, you'll also get battle points for completing the Terror Rift. So if we click claim there, that's the battle points. But in terms of the main process of actually accepting the Hellslayer Bounty and completing it, that's all you had to do. So hopefully that was quite a slow and easy method to follow for those who are very new to the game or never played it before. That's the process you have to go through to actually accept the Hellslayer Bounty and complete it, and also going through the Terror Rift as well and actually obtaining that Terror Essence. So hopefully that was really helpful. Like I said, I'm going to complete 9 more Hell Bounties and show you what the codex screen looks like once I do that. Also, let's go ahead and identify the 3 legendary gear that we got as part of this process. So I've used my pet to identify those 3. Just wait a few seconds for the pet to come back from its portal. I could have gone to the identify NPC, but didn't want to run all the way over there. Okay, click back on here. And there we go. So these are the 3 legendary items that we got. So this one has quite a decent combat rating. And you can see it's got 1000 vitality, 1011 willpower, which is pretty good. And we've also got this magic ability. So this one is Bone Wall, range increased by 8. And we also got critical hit chance by 3%. That's pretty decent. To activate that Bone Wall range increased by 8%, you need 4 of these legendary items that have this magic property. And when you've equipped 4, which have this Bone Wall magic, then that's going to become active. For example, at the moment, I've got this Command Skeletons one, and I've only got 2 out of 4 of that Command Skeletons one equipped at the moment. So that is one thing you have to be wary of. You do need 4/4 of that. The other ones I got are Vitality Intelligence here, and you can see the magic. I got Command Golem, size increased by 10%, extending the range of his attacks by 10%. And this one here, I've got a Bone Spikes one. Bone Spike slows enemies by 15% for 6 seconds, and a really cool Vitality and Intelligent attribute, and the combat rating is fairly decent as well. So that just kind of shows the level of legendary equipment that you'll get by doing Hellslayer Bounties and the Terror Rift. So the whole process is going to get you some pretty decent legendary items. So that's why it's worth doing Hellslayer Bounties during the week instead of those 4 normal bounties that you might be used to doing. But as I said before, once you've consumed 10 Terror Essences in the week and done those 10 Hellslayer Bounties, it's pretty much best to wait until the following week to do the remaining 10. You can go back to doing the normal bounties if you need to use any up. So hopefully that was useful, just to show what kind of equipment you get. And the last thing to mention is, Once you have consumed all 10 of your Terra Essences for that week, make sure you go into your activities and then claim the high quality equipment guaranteed reward that you'll get every week. So you can see I've got 10 out of 10. I've just claimed this, and in my inventory I have got the guaranteed legendary item. So if I identify that and wait for it to come back, so this is going to be a guaranteed high quality legendary item that you'll get for consuming 10 of those Terra Essences. And that's why it's important to make sure you consume 10 Terra Essences every week and do those 10 Hell Bounties, because you will get a guaranteed legendary item. So this time I've got a shield which has 2177 combat rating, 3 attributes, pretty decent. So it's a nice chance every week to get a guaranteed decent legendary item, which will hopefully be an upgrade to what you have. So hopefully that walkthrough of Hellslayer Bounties and Terra Rifts was useful to anyone out there, and you can see why it's beneficial to go through them as part of your weekly tasks in Diablo Immortal. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.